Open your mind's door to JSNIP 4. Open your mind's door to JSNIP 4. American dream, relocated to Tennessee. Now he's on 10 acres, GMO free. Planting info seeds in the minds of the sheep.
Did you ever see my flaming gay man's impression? You never seen that before? Open your mind's door to JSNIP 4. Was that dumb? Wife said, yeah, it was dumb. This is very interesting. Again, if these bankers, these banks, the too big to fails, claim they have legal standing to foreclose on you, the homeowner, then this, what I'm about to read you, can't possibly be possible. Payback. This is from CNN Money. CNN's posting this? You crazy, CNN? Les Christie at CNN Money. You about to be fired. Titled, Payback Time. Florida homeowners foreclosing on banks. Since the housing bubble burst in Florida 5 years ago, more than 400,000 borrowers have had their homes foreclosed on by their lenders. But for some, it's payback time. Hundreds of homeowners and condo associations are foreclosing on the banks that have failed to pay dues and other expenses on the properties they repossessed. The banks, repossessed. When banks foreclose on a home, they become responsible for paying fees to the homeowners association. Both any unpaid fees going back as far as 12 months and all expenses going forward. In many cases, however, banks are failing to pay, leaving these associations short on cash, according to Miami-based attorney Ben Solomon. But now homeowners groups are putting liens on the properties until banks pay up and foreclosing on them if they don't. Foreclosing on the bankers if they don't pay up. Stick it to them. So far, the attorney Solomon's firm has filed more than 1,100 liens against banks on behalf of homeowners and has pursued 131 foreclosures. In more than 90% of the cases, 90, he said the banks settle by paying the bills. So they get caught red-handed. Someone applies a little pressure. Oh, okay, we'll pay. So it's all fine and dandy. So you got to go to the lawyer, the law firm, pay the lawyer to put pressure, file a lawsuit. Okay, we'll pay. But you scumbag homeowner who lost your job or whatever your reason is, fell behind on some payments, they're going to go after you because they know you can't afford a lawyer for the most part. So they're going to file a lawsuit, foreclosure on you, and kick you out. No mercy. But because so much of that was happening, they have a backlog a mile long, which is why most people don't even get served a foreclosure notice for at least 2 years. And then if you fight it, you're good for another 2 years minimum. No payments, total of 4 years. The day's going to come. And by the way, someone had sent me a message on YouTube and said, hey, check this out. And I think someone sent me this one, and then there was another story. In their comment to me, matter of fact, I may still have it. I always keep my stuff clean on YouTube. I always delete stuff pretty rapidly. Let me just see. Is this comment still here? Give me 1 second. Silver. Hang on. Just give me a second. Give me a second. It's not there. Did I already erase the damn thing? I think I did. Anyways, they sent me a message that basically said, you know, I like your videos. I like the stuff you wake people up on. You know, it's great. I appreciate you. I wasn't so sure about what you were doing with your house and the foreclosure and all that stuff. In other words, they weren't quite in agreement with me on that. They still felt that maybe old JSNIP 4 wasn't doing the right thing on that one. until they read this article. And then they said, I used to think that way. Now I'm not so sure thinking about JSNIP 4 the way they did was actually right. Now that they read this story about the foreclosure stuff. So, another person awakened. I'm doing my job. The bank's failure to pay dues has consequences. Other homeowners have to make up the difference, or the homeowners associations may lack the money they need for things like routine maintenance, security, water, and garbage collection. Don Gonzalez owns a townhouse in a condo community on a golf course in Homestead, Florida, where Solomon, the attorney, recently filed suit to foreclose on No, that wasn't the Halo theme. That was the J.P. Morgan Chase theme. Oh, that feels good. Hold on. Let me just pull that in. Oh, yes. Let me read that one more time. Don Gonzalez owns a townhouse in a condo community on a golf course in Homestead, Florida, where his attorney, Solomon, the same guy, recently filed suit to foreclose on J.P. Morgan. Oh, I get chills. Look at this. You probably can't see. I get chills when I see that happening. Oh. To recover $20,000 it owed on more than 2 years of dues and common charges. Now, having said that, $20,000 in 2 years for a damn homestead, whatever, or a homeowners association, whatever, condo. I used to advise people so far back in the day, don't you dare, don't you ever pay something where there's a homeowners association or a condo, because that fee never, ever goes away and will continue to creep higher and higher. And as more people stop paying their mortgages, and they also stop paying those fees when they stop paying the mortgage, and even if let's just say they walked from the house, they're certainly not going to pay the condo fee or the HOA fee. They walked, they're gone. But they've got the homeowner association and the condo, whatever, fees, they've got bills to pay too. So guess what happens to all the other idiots still paying their rent or a mortgage payment? They get a little letter in the mail. Hey, it's us, your homeowners association. Yeah, listen, we're raising rates 25%. We know it was, $400 a month already. It's going up another $100, 25%. Now it's going to be $500. Damn, what the hell, man? What? See what they didn't tell you, what they do not and will not tell you in those notes when you get them? Hey, your rates are going up for your HOA fee. They're not going to tell you that the reason the rates went up is because so many more people quit paying their payments in the houses that are in either the condo, the housing development where the condos are, or just wherever the HOA fee, the residential neighborhood is. They're not going to tell you that a bunch of people quit paying those payments, and that you, the stupid bastard, the sorry bastard, not stupid, but the sorry bastard who's doing the right thing, great credit score, going to work, living the old American dream, are getting shafted because other people fell into hard times or whatever reason and quit paying. And now you get stuck with the bill. They're not telling you that. And guess what? There's pretty much jack crap you can do about it. Welcome to America. Welcome to HOA fees and condo fees. This sorry bastard was paying $10,000 a year. They went after J.P. Morgan Chase for 2 years, and it was $20,000. Sure, it's supposed to be a real upscale neighborhood. For God's sakes. However, the fact that they sued J.P. Morgan, that's fantastic. Quote, I own 2 properties, and it really ticks me off when the banks don't pay their fair share, he said. Everyone else has to make it up. Didn't I just say that? I didn't even read that part. Fantastic. Little picture. LA sues slumlord banks. Because of the shortfall, the condo association had to cut down on security and postpone maintenance. Kind of reminds you of these cities and towns that can't make their payments, about to file bankruptcy. They start cutting the police department, start cutting the fire, trash pickup, whatever it is, just continues to go downhill. You're waiting longer for police service, you know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. It's right there. Had to cut down on security. That would be like police if it was a town. And postpone maintenance. That would be like fixing the roads, traffic lights, stop signs, whatever, that they also start to slack on when the bills don't get paid. See how that works? Kind of interesting, isn't it? Quote, "We haven't had our blacktop resurfaced for years. It looks terrible," he said. "We have palm trees where we used to have the coconuts taken off. It's a safety issue. Now we can't do that. We can't have coconuts falling on people's heads. No." JP Morgan Chase would not comment on this specific case, but did confirm that it is responsible for paying all dues or fees on properties it owns after foreclosure. The Southbridge Homeowners Association in Pembroke Pines, Florida, is owed about $1 million. Hold on, I didn't say that right. The Homeowners Association in Pembroke Pines, Florida, is owed about $1 million by several owners, many of them banks that took possession after foreclosures, according to Mark Lebron, the association's treasurer. To make up for delinquent payers, Southbridge has had to hike maintenance fees from $145 to $260. Remember when I said it goes up 25% in my example? That example wasn't just me pulling it out of my rear end. That was a real example that I knew about 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. So now the maintenance fee is $145 going to $260, almost $300 there, right? That would, $190 or $290 would be double. So, it's just under double. Because whether it's a bank that owes it or a person that owes it, they're raising the rates on you. It's kind of like the insurance in Florida. A little hurricane comes by, causes a lot of damage, let's say in a nice upscale area, because naturally on the coasts where it floods the worst is where the richest houses are. The $1 million a piece houses, those kind of things. So when they take damage, insurance companies don't, that hurts. But the rest of us that have a regular house, $150, $250, whatever, $1,000 house, we're footing the bill to get their house repaired, their $1 million mansion. Because they did have insurance, and they were paying insurance, rightfully so. And their insurance payment was a lot higher than yours and mine. Yep. And their insurance payment got jacked up when they claimed the damage. But something strange happened. My insurance went up. Florida. Yeah, my homeowner's insurance went up. And I gave him a phone call. This is a true story. Gave him a phone call. There's a noticeable upping in my rate for insurance. What's up with that? Why is it going up so much? And I don't remember the numbers because this was several years ago. This is like potentially 2005, 6, time frame. This was a while ago, before I was even awake. Most everybody's rate went up, sir. In Florida? Yeah. Why is that? Well, the hurricane that came through didn't cause a whole lot of damage, thank God, but did damage enough. I was like, yeah, I understand. And to be honest with you, a couple little shingles flew off my roof, but it's not leaking water. It's not a problem. I wasn't even going to call it a claim that. I'll just either fix it myself or, not worth making a claim on. Oh, I understand, but it's automatic. We're allowed to do that. We just raised everybody's rates because we got hit kind of hard. Really? Yep. Okay. Hang up. I started thinking to myself. I got screwed because of Mother Nature damaging somebody else's house, not my own, and it is totally lawful for an insurance company to jack up everybody's rates in the whole state because of something that happened, 300 miles away, wherever, in the same state. And you don't think you could ask, well, wait a minute, Mr. Insurance Company people, how long have you been in business? Oh, 40 years, 40 years. You've been making money every year after year, posting profits and quarterly. Yep. Your CEO probably makes multi-millions. Yep. why am my rates getting jacked up? Why don't you guys have a nice giant sized nest egg? If you've been collecting for 40 years and every so often you have a big payout, we understand. But man, there's a lot of people in Florida. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people when only thousands of people were affected. Seems like you guys have been padding that old back pocket for a long time. But that's not good enough. They padded someone else's back pocket, the state legislatures. And they, or legislators, they allow the insurance companies to jack up everybody's rates whenever any kind of little catastrophe happens. And you don't suppose that if you're an insurance company and you say, ooh, we just got a little hit down here, 5,000 people filed for insurance claims. Ding, 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 ding. We can now jack up everybody's rates and make even more money than we were before. So even though we'll easily fix those houses, now we're going to make even more money because we got the nod from up north in Jacksonville or Tallahassee, Florida. It's already law. We're allowed to do it. See how that works? So when I read a story about someone screwing a bank, someone screwing a lender like that, and it's these monster companies, right? Too big to fail banks, too big to fail insurance companies, the ones who pay up, the ones when you see the congressional list of who got paid the most, $250,000 in campaign contributions to this guy and $78,000 to them and $150,000. It's the insurance companies and the banks. And in Florida, it's the insurance companies. So I really don't have a problem when someone screws over an insurance company or screws over one of these same banks. Doesn't hurt me. Doesn't bother me one bit. I'm done reading this. There's a little bit longer to read, but you get the gist of this, and this is just a fantastic story for old J Snip 4 to give you. So I'm going to say take care.